Hi guys, and welcome to my presentation on digital citizenship. So today I'm going to give a brief overview of what is digital citizenship. So we know digital citizenship is the norms of appropriate responsible technology use, how we actually use technology in the appropriate manner. Now I found that there are 9 elements of digital citizenship. The first, digital access, the full electronic participation in society, how we use technology to access one another, whether it's texting, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, we are participating in a digital access. Then we have digital commerce, the electronic buying and selling of goods, how we buy our food, our toys, our clothes online. That is digital commerce. Then we have digital communication, the electronic exchange of information. We do it every day, people. That constant engagement, whether it's in texting, sliding into the DMs, we are in constant communication digitally, whether we're calling each other. And that exchange of information has become so constant that we almost are upset with each other when we don't get back to each other within minutes or hours or even that day. Digital literacy, the process of teaching and learning about technology and the use of technology. We need to educate our students in that they will understand and be able to adapt to every new technology they are faced with. So once they graduate from high school and they move into a job, that the new technology they're thrown at them isn't like staring at a set of directions in a foreign language. They should be able to adapt. They should know the technology. Digital etiquette, electronic standards of conduct or procedure. What really stood out to me on this one was how we send emails. I don't know how many times I've gotten an email from a student that's just said, "Why did my grade drop?" Like, I'm sorry, who is this? Who are you addressing? And why are you talking to me like that? That is something we really need to teach our students, how they conduct themselves over the internet, whether it's through emails, whether it's through phone conversations or tweets. We need to make sure that what they're putting out there is appropriate and is up to the standards of proper digital etiquette. Then we have digital law, the electronic responsibility for actions and deeds. And what really came to mind for me was the illegal downloading of music. I know back in the day, we used to use LimeWire. I know I'm dating myself a little bit here, but at the time, I'm sure we knew it was illegal and that we shouldn't do it, but it was a free way to get music. And I didn't have any money at the time, so I could handle the weird mumbles and random parts that they would throw into the songs. But that is against the law. It is illegal. And to do things like that is what our students should know not to do. Digital rights and responsibility. Those freedoms extended to everyone in a digital world. Now, here in the United States, a lot of the freedom to speech, the freedom of privacy, a lot of those Bill of Rights extend into technology. It's not the same in every country, and we need to be aware of that. We need to be aware of those freedoms that whether we're accessing it or people around the world, it's the freedoms to put out what we want. Digital health and wellness, the physical and psychological well-being in a digital technology world. To me, this means that we need to, one, put ourselves out there in a way that we feel comfortable with. You know, like what the pictures you put out there, and the people that we let access our information, like how we keep our own sanity. And oftentimes too, I think that means setting down the computer, setting down the phone, and stepping away and just being digital free for a little bit, to go for a walk, to have a normal conversation with another human being, and it will help your eyeballs out in the end because you're not staring at the screen for hours at a day. Now, digital security, electronic precautions to guarantee safety. And I don't think a lot of times we realize that the information we put out there, how vulnerable it makes us, even though we're like, oh, I know who follows me, blah, blah, blah. But we need to make sure that we're protecting ourselves. We're protecting our identity. We're protecting our house. We're protecting our kids. And our identity. You would say, like, so much can happen over the internet, and we just need to take the precautions to make sure that doesn't happen to us. Now, I found this really cool model, the new digital citizenship, empower proactive digital learners. So it was kind of a survey on how students and teachers felt that technology was used in their classroom. I'll just kind of like briefly graze over some of the comments. So 97% of teachers say their students don't have the digital tools they need. 80% of students believe knowing about intellectual property is important for their future career. 80% of students mistake sponsored content ads for legit news, and that's huge. Our students need to know where to look for proper information because so much now is put out there that that freedom of speech that a lot of times we don't know what information is true and what's fake. Next, remember to teach our students and educate ourselves in that we need to respect each other on the internet. We need to educate ourselves in that we know how to conduct ourselves on the internet, and we need to protect ourselves. Again, that goes back to what you put out there. In the background of your pictures, what people can see, or the fact that you're posting you're not home all the time, and even just your identity, your social security number, your credit card numbers, all that kind of stuff. We need to know that it's easily accessible if you want to put it out there. And lastly, 5 strategies to fight cyber hate. 1. Don't support or reinforce the hate. 2. Report cyber hate. 3. Support the targets. 4. Speak out against hate. And 5. Engage in activism. Remember, guys, the world is watching. No matter what you do, whatever you put out there is going to be there for years and years to come, and it's important that we remind our students of that and to protect them now before it's too late. And that's the end of my presentation. Thank you.